accepts the connection, creates a process which with the command line command, and uses the handles for this connection from the socket just accepted, which are here. This is the socket which was accepted. So all input from the socket is directed to the new created process, which is the command line, and all I/O which is coming from the connection is given to the command line. Ja, jetzt mache ich das mit rein.
Yeah, the output is actually pretty easy to interpret. It's an execution trace of the shellcode, and you can, it pretty prints the API calls and system calls, so it's a nice thing. But if you are interested in this, you should play with it yourself and try it out.
It's a good possibility to remind you of our workshop.
Yeah, there's a workshop tonight starting at 8 p.m. And we will give you the opportunity to try this out yourself. So it's a hands-on thing, and you will set up your own honeypot there and record some traces and also search for shellcode there.
So now we start the start SC test again, and we say interactive. Do what's required to do to be like Windows, and we can see the process got a port open. And we got a Windows shell.
And now you can run Notepad and do Windows stuff. Yeah, it's Wine. Wine is nice because Wine is a more or less one-to-one implementation of Windows. I guess they call it bug-by-bug implementation or something. And you have it only needs a very small amount of memory. You have a wine directory in your home directory, which can be as small as 2 megabytes or something. And this is basically your emulated Windows environment. And it's easy to flush it after an exploit and set up a new clean Wine environment. Okay, the last thing we are going to show you is how libemu can draw graphs of shellcode. You have seen one example in the slides already. Yeah.
You can zoom in and it makes great posters. I won't try to explain it.
It's self-explaining.
Yeah, pretty self-explaining. That's it.
We're already, thank you. We're already a little over time, so are there any questions? Okay, there are, okay.
Okay, I have one question. These technologies or similar technologies are used in antivirus software for heuristics. I know about one antivirus that uses something very similar. The question is if it would be possible to use this technology to detect worms and viruses in ClamAV or something like that. That's the first question. And the second one is, Can the shellcode do actually something nasty to the machine? Is it closed in a sandbox, or can it do some harm to the computer which you are using? Thank you.
Okay. Okay, your first I guess I'm going to answer your first question and then hand over to Markus. So the first question was, is this technology used in any antivirus products, right? Yeah, you can actually, you can of course use it in antivirus products. It's not used as far as we know yet. So of course we use it to collect malware, analyze it, play with it and stuff, but it's not used in commercial products as far as I know. And yeah, for the second question, I hand over to Mark.
I lost the second question.
The shellcode in the
Whether the shellcode can harm the host operating system. One thing is the whole emulation can simply segfault, happens. And the other point is, as long as you don't allow the shellcode to proxy operating system calls to the host operating system or run it interactive, there is nothing you should be worried of.
Yeah, but I must say, and we have talked about that before, if you run the shellcode in interactive mode, you can actually use or write specific shellcode which harms a third party. So when it gets executed on your emulation, it can maybe scan or exploit a third system. Yeah. Any other questions? Otherwise, we will start with the Stormfucker talk.
Have you tried if the honey trap is also working with encrypted connections, 80 GPS, for example?
With what kind of connections?
SSL or TLS.
Yeah, okay. Okay, the question is, does Honeytrap work with encrypted connections? It does, yes. I tried it at least for SSH, so you can log into your own box via Honeytrap proxy, which mirrors the connection back to you. And from that experience, I assume that it also works for TLS and SSL. Yeah. Of course, you capture the encrypted data, which is not of much value, but yeah.
So it's not opening up the connection with two TLS tunnels, for example?
It doesn't split up an encrypted connection, no. No. Any other questions? No. Okay, for the Storm talk, we will give out beers for everybody who places a smart question. We cannot do this for the former talk because otherwise we would run out of beers. But we have 6 beers here, so if you have a smart question, you can place it in the Storm talk.